What's up there, YouTube? Derek here with Tap and Turn Gaming, and I'm coming at you today with another EDH deck tech. So for today's deck, something a little different, a little zany, a little crazy, but it is another one of the decks in our series of Battling with a Budget, and this was a subscriber submitted deck. So Micah Cole, this is the deck you were looking for, and the deck he was looking for was a little unusual. He was looking for a Prime Speaker Zeganna with a Turtle sub-theme, and since it was part of the Battling with a Budget, it also needed to be under $50. So we are looking for a Turtle Speaker Zeganna under $50. So, we said, what the hell, why not? Seems fun. Turtles are cool. So we went about doing that. Part of our Battling with a Budget series is we make the deck under $50. That does not include the price of your general. That does also not include the price of sleeves and a deck box, because those are the things that you will just need, regardless of what else you get. You can make tons of changes to your deck, but you will need your general and sleeves and a deck box to protect it. So this deck actually rings in at $48.93 using TCG mid. So that's a pretty reasonable price. We got it right into the budget. As we said a few times in the series, the easiest way to get to your budget is to run more basic lands than dual lands. So you'll see that in the deck when I go over the individual cards. You'll really see that there's more basics than anything else. But let's just go ahead and get to the deck, and I'll go over the cards and tell you why I made some of the choices. So we start off with the artifacts. We have Conjurer's Closet. Being able to flick your guys for free is really nice. Energy Chamber, because we are using a lot of +1/+1 manipulation, and you can use charge counters to also put on another card we're going to go over. Illusionist Bracer is going to double your activated abilities. Lux Cannon will benefit from the increased charges and give you some nice removal. Nim Deathmantle for the res. Shell of the Lost Kappa, being able to play your spells more and more. Plus it's a turtle shell. You got to play it because it's a turtle shell. Nothing I can do about it. Then we have the Simic Cluestone, Simic Keyrune, Simic Signet, all to be able to mana ramp a little bit. Then for sorceries, we're running Aether Gale to get some removal in there. Cultivate for some ramp. Curse of Swine for some more removal. Explosive Vegetation, Kodama's Reach, both for more ramp. Polymorph for some more fun removal. Sky Shroud Claim for more ramp. Then for enchantments, we run Penum's Aura, mostly for this first mode to be able to untap Enchanted Creature, but also for the third mode, Enchanted Creature can't be the target of spells or abilities. It really gives you some power with that, and it's a nice 3-cost enchantment. It's really, really good. And then we run Xenograph, so then you can call turtles, and everything you have is now a turtle, and that would be super fun if you're running a turtle deck. So then for our instants, we're running Aetherize for the removal, Aether Spouts for the removal, Pongify for the removal, Rapid Hybridization removal, Reality Shift also removal, Simic Charm because it has some great modes, and Turn to Frog also for the removal. So the big thing was to run a lot of removal, because you need it. For the lands, we're running Alchemist Refuge because being able to give your stuff flash is really, really powerful. It really is. Then we have 16 Forests, Halimar Depths, 16 Islands, Mosswarp Bridge, Simic Growth Chamber, and Simic Guildgate. The entire mana base, I think, comes in at about $1.50 or $2 or something silly like that, so you really save a lot of money by going that route. Then we're going to go over the creatures. So we run basically everything that comes into playability or uses +1/+1 counters in some way and just brings a lot of value to the team. Some of it's turtles, some of it's not. We also went with sort of because there's not, I think there's like 10 turtles in all of Magic, or 15, so we couldn't build a whole deck around just them. But we included as many as we could that made actual sense. So let's go over them. So we have Acidic Slime because he blows stuff up. Aether Snipe for the bounce. Calcite Snapper because he has Shroud on his own, and then when you play a land, you can make him a 4/1. So he's actually not bad. Clone because it's Clone. Subtleplast Rootkin because he's a 4-cost 4/4, and you can move around the counters and such, and it's really good to be able to mess with his counters. You can really do some fun things with him and really catch your opponent off guard. Deadeye Navigator is great for blinking your eyes in and out, and everybody knows how degenerate he is, so considering he comes in at under $1, why not include him? Draining Welk because when you pair Draining Welk and Deadeye Navigator, counters for days. Experiment Crage, he will go bananas with all your tokens. +1/+1 counters rather, not actual tokens. Fathom Mage, she's a 2/1. She's a 1/1. So every time you play a guy bigger than her, she's going to evolve. You're going to draw a card. Value town. Frost Titan, why not tap something down? Giant Tortoise, he gets a +0/+3 as long as he's untapped. So for blocking, he's a 1/4. That's not that bad. Then we have Giant Turtle. Giant Turtle may not attack if it attacked during your last turn. So he basically has reversed haste. He's just super slow. If he attacks, then he can't attack. He's kind of silly, but he's 19 cents and he's a turtle, so why not? Gaia Sage, because I think her evolve is great. Horn Turtle, just another 3-cost 1/4. Indric Stomp Power, blowing up toys. Meandering Tower Shell, because he confuses people for days with his comes into play and leaves play and phases out and island walks, but he's a 5-cost 5/9, so why not? Mercurial Pretender, clone our stuff. Mold Drifter for the card drawer. Mystic Snake is another great Deadeye Navigator target to be able to counter for days. Then we have Novas and Sages to be able to draw cards off our +1/+1 counters. Then we have Phyrexian Ingester, which also pairs very well with Deadeye Navigator to gobble up your opponent's guys. Plaxcaster Frogling will give our guy Shroud. Progenitor Mimic clones and brings us more copies. Reclamation Sage blows up toys. Renegade Krasis, when he evolves, everybody who already has a counter evolves, basically. That's pretty fun. It can get out of hand quickly. Shell Skulkin. He is a Scarecrow, but I put him in because he is a Shell Skulkin, so he has the word Shell, so it's kind of turtleish. But also because target blue creature gains Shroud until end of turn. So he can save a lot of your creatures. I'd say, probably half your creatures are blue, so he can save a good amount of them. Shipbreaker's Kraken. He's a Kraken. If you look at him, he's got a shell. He's got some flesh. Could be in the same realm of turtleish. But he's pretty cool because you can tap down stuff when he becomes monstrous and doesn't untap until he leaves. And he's also a 6-cost 6/6. So what's cool about him is you can make him monstrous, blink him a Deadeye, he'll come back unmonstrous, make him monstrous again, and you'll tap down 8 things altogether. Now the first 4 will still be able to untap. The last 4 won't, but you can use his ability, if you have the mana, to tap down multiple things in one turn. Simic Guildmage, because he has awesome modes. Simic Sky Swallower, because he's a huge beater. Spore Frog for the ability to fog. Steel Hellkite, because he blows stuff up. Terracodon, because he blows stuff up. Turtle Shell Changeling, because you can, he's a turtle, and he's a changeling, and you can switch power and toughness, so eventually you can get some beats with him. Vigian Guildmage, because you can tap stuff. We have Vintara Snapper. He can't be the target of spells or abilities as long as you control no untapped lands. So basically, if someone tries to kill him, then you just tap all your lands. If you needed to save him that bad, no one can hurt him, and that's pretty cool. For all the Hulklad, he I think is really underestimated by a lot of people. He actually has a pretty good ability to be able to double counters and really go to town with that. And then we have Wormfang Turtle. When he comes into play, remove a land you control from the game. That seems kind of silly. And when he leaves play, return the removed card to play under its owner's control. What that's good with is you pair him with Deadeye Navigator, and it lets you reuse your Halimar Depths or your Mosswarp Bridge. And that can actually be some really good value out of there. But, as you can see, the deck is pretty much split almost 50-50. Like, it's really close to 50-50 just with the spread right down there. Pretty creature-heavy deck. Pretty fair based on the mana curve. Pretty much caps out at 6, a couple things at the 7-8 slot, but for the most part it caps out at 6. TCG has it listed as 50.96 because it includes the general. It actually comes out to 48.93 without the general, so it does hit that cap, I guess you could say. And then the average competitive mana cost is 3.82, so once you hit 4 lands, you can play almost everything on the deck, but you will need to get up to 6, 7, and 8 to cast some of the heavy hitters. But yeah, that is basically our Prom Speaker Zeganna, Turtle Tribal, Battling with a Budget, fits into 100 different categories deck. I have a fond place in my heart for Simic anyways, and I love the art on Prom Speaker Zeganna. I think it's really cool. So again, Micah Cole, this is the deck you were sort of looking for, was Turtle Speaker Zeganna. Hope you like it. If not, I hope you at least get some inspiration from it with some cards you could possibly use. We also will be doing more stuff like this, so if you have any suggestions, just post them as a comment and we will add it to the list. We have a few others coming out pretty soon that are more decks that people have submitted to us. So, yeah, lastly, this is the deck from Micah Cole, your Turtle Speaker Zeganna. It comes in at 48.93. And this is Derek with Tap and Turn Gaming, and I will catch you all later.